Good morning and welcome. We're back here again as part of the Shut In but Not Shut Down series. Good morning and greetings to every one of you who have tuned in, everybody who is watching with us. As I've said to most of the brethren at Munn Street, we haven't stopped doing church, we're just doing church differently. So really, the song that was just sung was really kind of where we want to go. In the middle of everything, we need God to direct us. We need God to order us. We need God to cover us. And when He does that, it makes a lot of things simple. So good morning and welcome. I'm not going to try and delay too long, but I really just want to share with you a thought, and hopefully it will encourage you, it will inspire you, that as we are going through this season of uncertainty, we don't become uncertain in how we operate and live our lives. Can I show you this? It says, I got favor. And that's really what it is about. I got favor. And this is another one that we'll talk about another time, but today I just wanted to see the t-shirt. I got favor. Okay, so I want to talk to you, and the theme and the thought for today is screen protected. He can handle it. Now you're going to say, what on earth are you talking about? Well, let me show you this. This is my screen protector. If you want to zoom in a bit for me. Okay, so this is my screen protector. As you can see, it is kind of battered. It has been through many things and it is barely intact. In fact, it's cracked, it's broken. I'm going to come back and tell you about that again in a few seconds, but I want to look at that screen protector. So, if you jump with me, for those of you who have a Bible, if not, I'm going to read anyway, and you jump with me to Matthew chapter 11, and I want to share just a couple of verses from there. I'm going to jump in starting at verse 27. All things have been delivered to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, nor does anyone know the Father except the Son, and the one to whom the Son wills to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labour and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You may ask the question, what has that got to do with a screen protector? The words that I want to start with is, the first thing that I read, and I'm leaning in, is come to me. And I was just pondering on it. Come to me. Screen protector, come to me. Okay, let me explain. Several months ago, I got a new phone. It was quite expensive, and when the phone arrived, it arrived without a screen protector. Expensive phone, paid a lot of money for it, no screen protector. I decided that I would not be taking the phone out of the house, that I wasn't even going to use it properly until the screen protector had arrived. Why? Because I knew that the chances of me dropping that phone, if past experiences didn't go by, were high. The chances of that phone screen remaining intact were quite low if I dropped it. So therefore, I wasn't going to take the chance. I took two things. I got insurance on the phone and I wasn't moving it till I got a screen protector. How does that link in? Well, this was the screen protector I got. It was an expensive screen protector. My eyes nearly watered when I was told the cost of the screen protector. But the man in the shop said it's one of the best ones on the market. It will do you far better than one of the cheaper ones. So I bought it. I'm holding it up. I want you to see it. This screen protector is battered. It's cracked. But my phone isn't. Can I say that again? My phone isn't. I would show you my phone, but I'm filming with it right now. My phone screen is intact. Why? Because it was screen protected. What are you saying? What I wanted to say really is that this verse speaks about the fact that God said, come to me. Jesus said, come to me. Everybody, if you've got a situation, bring it to me. It doesn't matter what your situation is, bring it to me. I have the answer, I have the remedy. I am the screen protector. Your situation, come unto me, all of you who are heavy laden. Right? Fretting, not going to help you. And as I found out this week, I'm going to run through a few things. Fretting about your situation isn't going to help you. Why? Because when you finish fretting, your situation still remains the same. Your friends, they're limited. And most of them are in the same situation that you're in. So actually, they can't actually help you. So your friends won't help. When you are looking at it, running away from your situation, unless you can run away from yourself, that's not going to help you. So fleeing is not going to help you. The idea that you can fight your way out of it. And while it's great to keep fighting, and I'm saying to some of you right now, you're in a situation. Don't give up, because you've got to fight. But fighting is not enough. Because if you're fighting in your own strength, that's not going to help you. But hear this. So, your funds won't help you. What are you talking about, funds? Your money's not going to help you. And this week just brought it home to me. I went and I was traveling, and I went to go and fill up my car. And as I went to fill up my car, I had money on me. Right? So I had money in my pocket. It was payday, a rarity, so I had money in my pocket. I went into the petrol station with money in my pocket. Man in the petrol station said, unless you are contactless, can't take your money. I thought, hold on a minute. I've got money. But unless you are contactless, and you'll realize the number of stores are exactly the same. Unless you are contactless, your money right now is no good to you. And I thought, wow, come on to me. Because ultimately, all the things that you are putting your trust in, they are temporary. They will fail. And Jesus said, come unto me, all of you. If you're heavy, if you're laden, if you're burdened down, if you just don't know what to do, come to me. Why? Because what I offer you is different. So you've got to make sure that you are taking your situation to the right person. Take it to the right person. Why? Because when you bring it to the right person, you know what? Something unique is happening. He said, I will give you rest. There is things that we need rest from. I don't know about you, but I need rest from some of all the things that are going on around me. I need rest from the news around me. I need rest from the environment around me. Some of you are talking about, how am I going to cope? I'm locked up in my house. Nobody comes to see me. All I get are some few phone calls, but the contact on a day-to-day basis I'm not getting. Some of you are saying, I'm locked up in my house with my family, let me out. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that you've got to know who you're bringing your situation to. And too often we bring our situation to the wrong person. We bring our situation, and by the time you're finished, you're more miserable than when you started. Got to get the right person. Come unto me. And that was the invitation. And I love it. He didn't try and overcomplicate it. He said, if you're feeling burdened, come to me. And I'm going to do something strange. I think, well, hold on a minute. You're talking about come to me. He said, I will give you rest. And I thought, hold on a minute. You're talking about offering a yoke. How can giving me a yoke give me rest? Doesn't work. You're giving me a burden. But he said something strange. My yoke is easy. In other words, I'm going to exchange something for what you have and give you something better. Because when you take my yoke has been designed and crafted to fit you. You say, but it's still a yoke. You know what? I watched the spacewalk of one of the astronauts some years ago. And he was connected. While he was doing this walk in space, he had a lifeline that connected him to the spacecraft. That lifeline, while it was a yoke, a chain, it kept him connected, because without this yoke, he would have drifted off into space. But this yoke was an easy yoke, and it meant something. Why? Because it meant that he was connected to the source of life. And Jesus is saying, my yoke keeps you connected to life. My yoke keeps you bound to me. And if you're bound to me, it's got to be better than being bound to something else. My yoke is easy. He said, I am your lifeline. Come and learn of me. The yoke provides three things. Number one, it provides connection. It says, come, be with me. And that idea, your lifeline, connects you to Christ. Connected to Christ means that you are joined with him. He's got you. And I know that you might be on yourself, but look, and just say to yourself right now, he's got me. Because if he's got you, you don't need anybody else to have you. Because the one thing I know, he has a safe pair of hands, and he won't drop you. Mm-hmm. So when you have the yoke, he said, take my yoke, take my connection, join with me. And when you join with me, I won't let you down. I won't drop you. So take my yoke upon you. The other thing that it provides, you see, the thing about the yoke, and I like the idea of the yoke. You see, normally what would happen is that you would take an old ox and a young ox and you would join them together. The young ox has the strength, but the old ox has the training. And between the two of them, you have this synergy, which means that one provides the strength, the other provides the maturity, the direction, the learning. And Christ said, my yoke gives you direction. Because when you've got the yoke, I will show you where you need to go. I will steer you through this maze. I will steer you through the situation, because my yoke is easy. I give direction. But the other thing, as I was saying, it brings cooperation. Cooperate with me, God is saying. Work with me. If you work with me, I have your situation under control. You don't know where to go. That's why I give a direction. That's why I ask to join with me. Because if you cooperate with me, I am the navigator. I'm the director. I'm your way maker. And I'm going to take you in a way that's going to make it easy for you. Somebody, man, you just need to trust him. And I know for some of us, this situation, this era that we're in, we just don't know who to trust. I said it last week, I'll say it again. There are a number of people, and the thing that has amazed me this week is the amount of experts that are out there. Experts on everything. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, hold on a minute. Well, which university did you go to? When did you study this? And I got news for somebody out there. Google is not a university. Sorry, it's not a university. I got news for you. Joe Bloggs down the road is not your teacher. Well, if he is your teacher, you're in the wrong school. I got news for you. That there are people right now who are confused about what they need to do. You can't take directions from somebody who's confused, because you'll end up going the same place that they're going, round in circles. But Jesus said, I got a better plan for you. Connect with me. Work with me. And what he's saying is, trust me to make the right provision. He said, take my yoke upon you. Take my yoke. So I'm going to exchange the burdens that you have. So the first thing he's going to do, he's going to remove your situation. I'm saying, okay, and I'm going to come back. You see, the thing about this screen protector, it's that it's not that the phone didn't get dropped, because it did. It's not that the phone didn't pass through some dirty, dusty conditions, because it did. It's not that the phone didn't get water splashed on it, because it did. But the key thing was that everything was taken by the screen protector. So God says, I am your screen protector. He said to Abraham, I am your exceedingly great reward. God says, I've got you. Let me handle this. I will take it. And as I looked at this screen protector, I thought, wow, in the middle of everything, you did this just for me. The hits I was supposed to take, you took them. The shock I was supposed to take, you took it. And even though it felt like I was being roughed up, I'm coming out of this situation unbroken, unscarred, because you did it for me. And I just thought, God, you're just awesome. That you would do it just for me. You would take my shame, you would take my guilt, you'd take my embarrassment, you will take my failures and give me something better in exchange. I don't know about you, but God, you're awesome. Remove, relieve, and He's going to give you rest. And I thought, hold on a minute. You see, some of us, we're saying, God, I've been going through this for long enough. I don't know if I can get through it. Some of us right now, you're walking through broken marriages, broken relationships. You're walking through messed up jobs, messed up families. Your children are your relationship with your children is not where it's supposed to be. Things are just messed up. That's your burden. And you're saying, God, I ask you to remove it. And I'm still here. But I love the last. But He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And you see, the thing about it is that take that yoke was about learning. Because that's what the rabbi would say to the young trainee. Take my yoke, take my learning, take my instruction. But this is the bit I love. I will give you rest. God, what do you mean give me rest? Well, in the middle of your situation, I will give you rest. That means you can make it, because while you're taking a rest, I'm ensuring that nothing that's going on is going to destroy you, is going to damage you. I will give you rest. You see, some people, when they give you a rest, it really is just about making sure that they're getting a rest. But our God is different. Because when He gives us rest, He's still at work in our situation. While we're sitting down, and I love it. I want somebody just to jump in with me on this verse. Psalm 23. And I just want you to listen to this verse, because you need to hear this. Verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. What are you saying? I'm saying that in the midst of it all, if you can eat in the presence of your enemies, you've got peace. He's saying right now, I want you to live while I sort things out. Your enemies are going to look at you, but you're still going to be able to have rest. How can you? I've got you. Stop worrying. Stop running. Stop fleeing. I've got you. I will give you rest. Eat. I've spread a table, and your enemies are going to watch you in this season. Eat. Your enemies are going to watch you and look at you and know that you're okay. Rest. And I thought, wow, God, you're just awesome. What an awesome rest. And this brings me, how did we get here? And it brings me to 2 Corinthians chapter 12. And looking at verse 9. 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 9. Just let me read it for you. And I want you to hear this. And I love it as I read it. And he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Somebody right now, I want you to understand, he said his grace is enough. He said he is enough. And to somebody who feels that right now that you've lost everything, if you have him, you have it all. Because his grace is enough. His love is enough. His peace is enough. And if you've got his peace, you have everything. If you have his peace, you are screen protected. I just want to say, I want to leave it there. Have his peace. You are screen protected. Amen. Thank you very much. We're going to pray. I just want to just pray for somebody who's in the reach of my voice right now. This week, so many of us have been through some things. Some of us have lost loved ones in the midst of all of this. Some of us have got loved ones right now who are fighting and battling in hospital. We're going to be praying for you. We're going to be praying for them. And we're just going to be praying that the peace of God, that somebody holds this. His grace really is enough. And so, Heavenly Father, I thank you for the privilege that we have today just to meditate upon you, to meditate upon your words, because your great is grace. Your grace is greater than everything that we could ever ask for. I ask, Father, right now, to those who are going through bereavement, that you'll just wrap your arms around them. To those who are going and struggling, those who are sick in hospital, I reach out to everybody right now. Those who are sick right now, my friends, my brethren, those connected to them, whatever the sickness be, we ask for your healing. I know that you are bigger than cancer. I know that you're bigger than corona. I know that you're bigger than diabetes, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. You're bigger than that. I know that you are able to meet all of our needs. And so I thank you for healing that will be heard, for testimonies of your deliverance that will be heard. I thank you. I thank you for those who find refuge in you. I pray that as you cover us, as you keep us, that your grace will flow from every corner and reach your children, everyone in reach of my voice. May they find peace in you. This we ask, Father, in the name of Jesus. Amen. 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 And this one is going out for you, Sister Valerie, and to the rest of the Mont Street brethren. And now unto him that is able to keep us from falling and to present us faultless before his throne with exceedingly great joy. To the only wise God be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, now and forevermore. Amen. Have a blessed week.